No deal? No deal? Is that what I'm hearing right now? Are there 2 or 3 more teams involved? What is going on? What are the Philadelphia Eagles doing? And why is it still an issue? How come Carson Wentz is still a Philadelphia Eagle? We'll get into all that coming up next.
The value is very simple. It's not 2 first-round picks. And why do I say that? Carson Wentz was benched last season. If he wasn't benched, we're not talking about this because Carson Wentz is not going anywhere. Not that the Eagles want to trade him because of the cap hit obviously is enormous, over $33 million. But as long as he showed that he's where he needs to be, we're not talking about a trade, no matter how much Carson wants out. You know, unfortunately, because of COVID, you really can't sit him down. But you look at the situation going forward now, you add everything up, he wants out. Eagles really don't want to trade him, but you know what? They want to do right by him. They want to get as much as they can. But the guy was benched. You're not getting 2 first-round picks. The only way a team, Mark, could even consider 2 first-round picks is if you're getting something back in return that's significant. You would get a starter back. And still, even though I don't see Chris Bauer, the GM of the Colts, doing anything remotely like that. He's big in the draft. He's not big in the free agency. He's building – look at the way they built that team since he's gotten there. They're building for the draft. And now Ryan Pace, the GM of the Bears, he's got more challenges here. They've got to solve that quarterback position because – they barely survived coming back. Remember, they made the playoffs at 8-8 because of the 7th playoff team in the NFC.
Yeah, no. So to boil it down, then Howie is right now, and you saying I agree with you. I wholeheartedly agree that right now we're in a holding pattern, and right now Howie is seeing what he could get in maybe at the last minute to trade Carson. What do you think that deal is? What do you think the offer on the table is right now for Carson Wentz? Do you think it is at least 1 first-round pick? It is a second-round pick? What would you say that offer is coming into Howie Roseman sitting on his desk right now?
Well, let's put it this way. We'll move this forward. I think when it gets done, and it will get done, I don't see any way Carson Wentz returns just because where he's at and how much he wants out from people I've heard from the last month. Once that goes down, I expect him to get a 1+. Now, could that be a 1 and a future draft pick? Could that be a 1 and something, and they have to give something back? I can't answer that. But I thought you framed this very well because that's my understanding. They've talked to the Bears and Colts multiple times. I know that's a fact. Roseman's talked to these teams. Whoever called whom doesn't matter. They've talked. Eagles have talked to other teams. Other teams have called them. Like I said at the top of our discussion here, when Carson Wentz is available, we know that he was benched. We get all that. But the talent has not left him. Everything else is in question, but the talent and the arm strength and the athleticism and the size has not left him at 28 years old. You're going to make a call. You're going to want to see where Howie Roseman's at, and then you're going to go from there. So I don't see much else that needs to be done other than what you said, and I love the way you framed it. You just want to make sure you've talked to everyone and then followed up. And that could be done literally in a day because you can kind of know where you're going here and go, you know what, let me make a couple more calls here. We didn't follow up with that team. Let me call that team back. Make sure that they're, hey, if you're the GM and I'm calling you, Mark, hey, Mark, listen, I think we're pretty set here, but I just want to say I want to talk to you once again because I know you haven't made a decision on your quarterback situation. Do you want to? We feel like we got a first here, at least a first. Do you want to beat that, or do you want to come in stronger here? If not, we're done.
As a kid, one of the things I always looked forward to when it came to the summertime was going to an amusement park and getting on a roller coaster. I absolutely loved roller coasters. It didn't matter what kind of roller coaster it was. It could be a huge roller coaster at Disney World, or it could be a little roller coaster at your mom and pop carnival. It didn't matter. I just loved the feeling, the excitement, the ups and downs, and that feeling of not knowing what comes next. No matter how many times you got on the roller coaster, it always seemed to come as a surprise. Loved roller coasters as a kid, and I still do as an adult. However, this roller coaster that us Eagles fans are on, known as Carson Wentz, I absolutely hate. I cannot wait to get off this roller coaster and hope I never see another one like it again. You're watching the Eagles News Now podcast. I'm professional wrestler Chris Wilde, live at bar 4133, very frustrated and exhausted. And now I talk about this roller coaster known as Carson Wentz. I really mean this whole flurry of moves made since the 2020 season ended for the Eagles. And when I say that, I mean the coaching moves, the media snowstorm of negativity surrounding Carson Wentz, what kind of player he is, what kind of human being he is. I mean, we've heard it and read it all in the coming weeks, and it seemed to come to a head this weekend when Adam Schefter basically reported that Carson Wentz did not want to be an Eagle anymore, which we pretty much knew from his silence, and that he was going to be traded. And the reports continued to come in, saying that it was almost a done deal between the Eagles and the Chicago Bears, involving a first-round pick, involving two players, one of them being Nick Foles, and that the Eagles were just waiting for all the Super Bowl stuff to get out of the way until they announced a trade. So it looked like it was going to happen. I did it my last video. I said I hoped and I thought it was going to be one of the last Carson Wentz videos I did. And let me give you this disclaimer right now. If this is the first time you're watching me, I'm not one of these Eagle fans that's always hated Carson Wentz. I'm not one of these guys that wanted Nick Foles to stay instead of Carson Wentz. I've been a Carson Wentz guy. I have a Wentzylvania t-shirt. I've got Carson Wentz wrestling buddies. I've got jerseys, merchandise. I'm not one of those guys that was ready to see Carson fail after Nick Foles left. No, I've always rooted for this guy. I wanted him to prove everybody wrong last year. And look, he had one of the worst seasons ever. I've beaten this like a drum, I feel like the past month in videos. But it's time for him to leave if he doesn't want to be here. And look, he has made it clear he doesn't want to be here. The reports are true that he doesn't want to be here. There is no way in hell that I see Carson Wentz being a Philadelphia Eagle next year. Now, if I know that, other teams know that. So all this stuff with the trade about to go down, I thought Tuesday, I thought Wednesday, which it's still Wednesday. I guess there's still time. I thought we were going to hear of Carson leaving, and I was excited about the fact that we were probably going to at least get a number one pick for him, because after his play last year, there's no way in hell I thought we would get that. Now, look, I know, again, and we talk about what he did in 17. We talk about dragging the team to the playoffs in 19. The fact that he's a young player, that maybe this year was just a fluke, and that he goes to another coaching staff, another environment, that he can be that guy in 2017 again. But I don't know. And for a team, they don't know either, really. So to give up a first-round pick and maybe a player, a starting player, or a really good backup quarterback, look, I think you go ahead and take that. Well, apparently the Eagles are not satisfied. These are reports coming in the past couple days that the Eagles are not satisfied for what they've been offered for Carson Wentz. They want a Matthew Stafford type package, which I kind of think is ridiculous for all of the reasons I just mentioned about how his year looked last year. I mean, this guy could be completely broken for all we know. And again, for a team to give you literally 2 years basically worth of first round picks, a starting player, which the Eagles want, and a third round pick, which this, and I'm going by this Matthew Stafford package. It's just insanity to me. It's crazy. And I get the bad feeling that Howie Roseman is going to absolutely botch this thing to the point where, look, again, they're going to have to get rid of Carson Wentz at some point. And these teams know that. The Eagles' leverage by the day is slipping when you hear about teams looking into guys like Marcus Mariota and Sam Darnold, for Christ's sake. So if you keep on, telling these teams no and over again, eventually they're going to go with somebody else, and you're going to be left holding a bag of Carson Wentz that you can't get rid of, praying that somebody gets injured in the offseason so you can trade him then, which is a really horrible and shitty thing to do or think about. But that's where it is. And, the media has been on the exact same roller coaster. And the thing is, they have to, guys that write for newspapers or websites, they have to put this content out there, and it's all about Carson Wentz, and it's going to be about Carson Wentz until he leaves, and they don't even know what to do. They don't know. I mean, one day I'm hearing that the Eagles got rid of Doug Peterson for Carson Wentz because Doug wanted Jalen Hurts. The next day, literally a day ago, I read, no, Doug wanted Carson Wentz. Then I hear they hired Nick Sirianni to fix Carson Wentz. Then you hear, no, Nick Sirianni was hired to mentor Jalen Hurts. I mean, the media has no idea what's going around. They're dancing around themselves. I read a report today that there were 2 or 3 more teams involved in the Carson Wentz trade talks. Which if I had to guess, I would say the Niners, the Patriots, and the Raiders. Again, that's just a guess. But you go from reading one report where, it's cooled down. The Wentz trade market has cooled. Everybody kind of took a deep breath to, wait, there's 2 or 3 more teams involved. It's going to happen. Adam Schefter, Adam Caplan, all the Adams, all of your Dave Meltzers of the NFL have rang in on this, and everybody thinks that Carson Wentz is going to be traded because how can he stay here? Which I tend to agree with. It's just, like I said, it's been a roller coaster. It's been a frustrating one. His whole career in Philly has been a roller coaster. From being drafted in 2016, from giving up a haul to get him, to having the best season I've ever seen an Eagle quarterback have in 2017, to limping off the field with a bad injury, and then just limping ever since. And again, he did some great things in 19 and 18, or well, 19 specifically, dragging the team to the playoffs. Had some decent numbers in 18. But the fact is, he's not a guy who has won a playoff game or really played in one. He got injured in the first quarter, second series of the 2019 playoffs. He could be completely broken for all we know. So a team to give up all that, to give up a Matthew Stafford package for a guy that with all these question marks is just silly to me. It's just another reason why Howie Roseman needs to get the hell out of Philly. I would, man, if Jeffrey Lurie fired him, I would travel. I would put Howie Roseman in my car and drive him anywhere that he wanted to go as long as it was away from the Philadelphia Eagles. I absolutely can't stand him being the general manager right now. And that's a rant that I have set up for another video this week. But I was hoping that we were going to have some positive Carson Wentz news, and here we are Wednesday, and there's still nothing. So hard to remain patient right now because I just want to move forward. I want to jump off the roller coaster and move forward with this team, whether it's Jalen Hurts being the quarterback or somebody else. And I want to look forward to the draft and look into the draft, but I can't because I've got this Carson Wentz, this number 11 dark gray cloud hanging over my head, and I'm waiting for the rainfall at any moment. That's all I got for you guys today. Had to rant about that. Had to get off my chest. That's what she said. And I can't. It's getting to the point, again, like I said, exhausting. That's the only word I can think of when it comes to what's going on with Wentz and the Eagles. And hopefully this thing comes to an end soon. I hope so. So we can talk about something else because this is getting ridiculous. Thanks for watching, guys. If you haven't subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. Again, I appreciate every single one of you guys that can listen to me vent. And if you want to vent too in the comments, please do. That's what we're here for. That's what this great platform does. It allows us to get together and bitch and gripe and moan about all the things that are driving us nuts, especially as Eagle fans. We got a lot of that to do recently. So, again, with that being said, guys, stay safe out there. Stay healthy. F. Howie Roseman. Go Birds. Hopefully next time I see you later, we got a trade. Take it easy.